Hello guys. So in episode 1 we will be discussing now what is a soft switch, what is a class 4 and 5 soft switch vendors out there, open source versus commercial products. So first of all, what is a soft switch? Don't get worried about this diagram yet. I will go through it step by step. But first, it's simply a software that runs on a server. And this software has billing, routing, and rating, and all of the features that you need as a telecom company or a VoIP service provider to run your business. So it's just a piece of software that runs on a server that has an operating system like Windows or Linux or Unix. So that's it. It's not a scary thing. It does not have so many cables or anything like that. It's just a software that the clients or the buyers will basically communicate with to send calls, and then the soft switch will send these calls to the other telecom operators. So it's as simple as that. You can, if you want to get technical and go into specifics, there's a bunch of things on the internet that explains to you, the technicalities and the architecture of a soft switch. But this video is not for that. This is just to tell the people who don't understand the basics of what it is. And you don't really need to know the architecture to run or operate a soft switch. All you need to know that it's a software that gets installed on a server to manage your minutes business or your voice business. So as you can see in this diagram, we have on the left side, we have two mobile phones connected to the internet over 4G or Wi-Fi. And on these smartphones, you have an application that's running something called a SIP client, like for example WhatsApp or Viber or Skype. These guys are, some of them are using SIP protocol or a SIP client on these apps in order to be able to make a call out from these apps to whatever number you're dialing to. So let's say that you have Skype on one of these phones and you're connected to the internet, and the VoIP provider in this picture would be Skype. And when you make an outbound call, when you're trying to call your wife or someone from your phone, it will basically go through the internet, go to the VoIP provider, which is Skype in this example, and then the call will go to the Skype soft switch or the soft switch that this VoIP provider is using, and then route this call using the routing engine that's inside the soft switch already to point this call to, let's say, Vodafone, and then Vodafone sends this call over to the mobile subscriber on the other end. So that's it. That is a soft switch. Very simple. And vice versa, if on the right side this landline is trying to make a call, they can dial, let's say, a number. It will go through Orange from the telephone fixed line. It will then go from Orange soft switch to the VoIP provider, and then back to the smartphone on the other end. So that's an example of making an outbound call and terminating it into a regular phone number, and vice versa, calling from a PSTN number or from a fixed line number to a mobile app. So that's it. That's pretty much all you need to know about what a soft switch does. Now, just one more simple thing is that Skype in this example, for example, is using a soft switch, and inside the soft switch there is the buying rates that they're buying from Vodafone and Orange. So let's say it costs them 10 cents for 1 minute to Africa, and when you're making that call, it's billing you 30 cents per minute. So soft switch handles this kind of thing, and that's where every call you're making to Africa, in this case Skype, is profiting 20 cents. So all of these kind of things happen in a soft switch. So there is something that everyone, you'll hear a lot if you're starting to get into this business, or if you've been in this business for a while, which is class 4, class 5 soft switch. And there isn't like a very simple, straightforward definition to that, or an easy explanation. So I'm gonna make it very simple. Class 4 is for wholesale minutes exchange. So if you're buying from one server, one VoIP provider to another, and making a small margin on that, just wholesaling, you're all you need is a Class 4 soft switch. You don't need a Class 5 features. And Class 5 feature is providing retail. It's a soft switch that has modules or features to provide retail services like calling cards, Vonage-like devices, SIP ATAs, providing virtual numbers, all of that. You need Class 5 modules. So that's it. That's all it takes to know what is Class 4 and Class 5 soft switch. Now, open source versus commercial products. So there is some proven products that works in the market and is pretty secure and solid and scalable, which, I mean, I'm sure there is more. Sorry if I'm missing more, but I cannot fit all the products in this tutorial. So some of them that I want to highlight is cloudsoftswitch.com. It provide a Class 4 and a Class 5 soft switch in the cloud. You don't need to buy hardware or rent hardware or anything. You just subscribe, pay a monthly fee, and you're done. SIP Softswitch is also another great product, and it has all the robustness and the security features that you need in order to run a Class 4 and Class 5. And SIP, you can have a cloud version, like a hosted version. You can lease a license using what they call a flex program, where you pay a monthly fee for running their license on your hardware. PortaSwitch is another great product that's been out there for a very long time and has a lot of features, not just for voice, but for voice, audio, and video, and internet billing, and a bunch of other things. However, Porta One costs above, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars. And versus where CloudSoftSwitch you're paying less than $500 a month to get started in this business. Similar thing for Sippy. Porta One is requires a lot of servers to run. So if you have a great big project like a telco project and you need those features inside the Porta One, like LTE billing and a bunch of other stuff, then you should consider that. But if you're starting small and trying to do small business or a small operation, less than 5,000 concurrent calls, just go with the first two products, which will save you a lot of money. GenBand is one of the best in the market as well in terms of Class 4 switches and even Class 5, but GenBand is very, very expensive when it comes to, it's very solid. Many operators use it, but it's very expensive. So if you have the budget for it, you can explore it. If you don't, the first two products does exactly what GenBand and Porta switches do in terms of functionality for wholesale or retail. So you should be fine with that. There's another great products that's also been around for a long time, used by many operators, and has all these kind of fancy ISO certifications and all of that, which is Sonus and BroadSoft. I want you to pay attention that Porta One, GenBand, Sonus, BroadSoft, these guys, they cost a lot of money for recurring support or maintenance contracts. So if you're buying, you're not just buying it once, you have to keep paying support fees every year, and that's expensive as well. So again, if you're okay with that, if you're a large company doing millions of dollars and you want to go for the Ferrari or the fancy expensive stuff, go ahead. Open source. Oh, okay. There is a mistake in that list. I'm gonna correct it with you guys here. So with open source, let me correct this as we go. So you're gonna hear something called Asterisk, which is an open source PBX and SIP server. So Asterisk is good for running a small operation, having 30 to 100 lines in the office. You're trying to start small and send calls via voice over IP to some provider. Asterisk is good. But again, whenever you're using open source technology for VoIP servers, you have to maintain security of the server. You have to maintain security of the software running. you also have no support usually from a specific company. You have to either hire a consultant or figure it out yourself using the community and the forums and all of that. So again, if you're comfortable around this environment, go ahead. There's also OpenSips, which is again another these open source software do similar things, and they get you to the same goal. But if you're if you don't know about like programming and about managing and handling open source stacks, I don't not recommend that you start your business with that, because things are going to crash if if you get hacked by having insecure server or something like that these softwares are running on. It's going to cost you a lot of money, way a lot of more than what you would have paid for one of the commercial products. So many people mistake the free open source stuff with having not to pay anything. And in my experience, if you're not a programmer, and even if you're a programmer, but if you don't know this stuff very well, it's going to cost you more than having a commercial product. So OpenSips, FreeSwitch is also, you can say it covers most of the stuff. It covers even SMS and class 4, class 5 stuff. It's a good product. A lot of community around it, but however, if you're looking for something scalable to run thousands of concurrent calls and have support and stuff like that, I do not recommend you running this stuff. I recommend that you download it, learn it, explore it in your lab, in your office, maybe play around with it, but do not scale your business or run your business on it unless you really, really know what you're doing, and you can customize it and you can patch it and you can secure it, etc. So that's my opinion on open source VoIP stuff. I love building Softswitches or products or different projects using these technologies, but they're not again, they're not for everyone. They're not for starting out a company. I do not recommend. I've seen a lot of companies go to hell because of starting out with something like that. So take your time with a commercial product, then learn this stuff slowly, and or hire someone who knows this stuff very well to build your soft switch or to build your IVR system, etc. So that's pretty much it for this episode. I hope you guys find it useful and helpful, and if not, please let me know. I will be happy to add more things to it or to hear your opinion on it. Thank you so much. Have a great day.